All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the market speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my recent Facebook entry, and it's a perfect time to do it because next week in the Bulls on Wall Street 60-day boot camp, for the first time, I'm going to be talking a little about swing trading. I'm going to do 3 days here, and one of the things we're going to talk about is the earnings breakout setup, and that's what Facebook is here. So let's talk about it here. So this was the day of the breakout here. You can see huge volume, big gap up, and cleared a range here that was not only a recent high, but an all-time high. So that's significant to us. That's something we're really going to key in on. Now, this is Facebook's a really big stock, a $2 billion float. I'm usually interested in lower float stocks as those tend to move more, but there's so much volume coming in to Facebook here that I'll make the exception. The reason we're looking at floats is for volatility. We want a stock that can move. And what moves it is volume. So even a bigger stock, if it's got a lot of volume, I'll go ahead and take a look at it, and Facebook can move. You can see here, last earnings season, it moved all the way from 97 to about 120 here. So we got a pretty volatile stock here. Nice breakout. Now there's some things here we'll go more in depth in the boot camp, but we do pay attention to what happens intraday on the breakout. This was a poor close, so I was more patient with the entry. And that's one thing a lot of people don't do. They wait for the earnings breakout. They might trade it on the day of the breakout, a couple of days later. I actually am trading this almost a month after the actual breakout here. So what I wanted to see is, especially with something like Facebook, I wanted to see more confirmation of the breakout. A lot of times you'll see failures. You get this wonderful news, but they end up failing even with that great catalyst. A good example of that is Under Armour. UA this quarter here, fantastic breakout, heavy volume, and it ends up failing completely and is lower than the price level before. And that's why sometimes we don't really pay attention to the news aside from the major headlines. You could have had insider information here and knew this were going to be blowout numbers, and you still would have lost money. So we're looking at price action, and we want to see if this breakout can hold. There's a number of strategies we use. There's actually 5 long entries that we look at on an earnings breakout, which we're going to talk about in the boot camp. Here, it was a pullback to the breakout bar. We got a pivot here, and oftentimes I'll be aggressive if it's starting to show strength at the bottom of the range. But here with Facebook, I wanted a little more confirmation because of that poor close. And we got that when it started to hold the 9. So not only did it form a pivot here, held the 9. The 9's a key level for us in our aggressive swings. And that was the signal on Wednesday to go ahead and enter here. We entered around 118.30, somewhere in there. We got a nice bounce yesterday at 119.47. Now we're actually playing for a break of this range here right at about 120.80. Oftentimes I'll take a partial at the top of the range. We don't have enough of a reward here to take that. And since Facebook has been so strong, if we look at this overall trend here, it's had some deep pullbacks, but overall the trend has been to break out. And so we're going to play that trend and go for a bigger move. We're going to play through the breakout and maybe try to take profits here somewhere in the 124 to 128 range. We'll assess how it's moving at that point. So that's what we're doing with Facebook here. A number of other entries I use. One of them is entering on the day of the breakout, and we'll go over which stocks we actually pick to enter right away. There's actually a short setup that we'll go over. There's multiple short setups with these earnings breakouts that we'll go over in the boot camp. So if you're interested in a couple of things here, if you're interested in the trade report, you can go to bullsonwallstreet.com, head on down here to swing trade alerts, and you'll get the option. You can sign up for the weekly free swing trade report, which I put out and you get every Monday. But you can test it out with a monthly plan. Just go ahead and try it for a month. You can cancel anytime. And then if you like it, you can go with the annual plan. That's 50% off, $599 instead of $1,200. So really good deal here. Now, if you want to sign up for the bootcamp, I think it's already started. But the great thing is, what Kanal has set up here is, once a bootcamp member, always a bootcamp member. So you can go to the next one, the one after that. There's people in here who have been to 20 different boot camps, and each time there's always something a little different. You know, we're testing out swing here in the boot camp. It's mainly been focused on day trading, and if it goes well, I'll do more of that, and we may even start a little swing class. We have a swing service which you can sign up for here, and in the swing service you get the daily trade report where I outline the stocks I'm watching, review current positions, what's going on in the market, my focus list. This is all my own analysis for the trading that I'm actually doing. And then intraday, if I make a trade, you'll get a trade alert, just like trade report members did for Facebook. So remember that. Sign up for the trade report or go ahead and check out the bootcamp. So until next time, I'll see you either at the bootcamp or our next video here.